It could be your sister.
Your best friend.
Your mother.
Your daughter.
It could be you.
I would say that a lot of my childhood felt normal until I started spending the night at friends' houses, and I couldn't believe the wealth that was out there, and also the calm, quiet environment. That was really strange to me. In my home, things got loud. People would fight. We'd have friends coming in and out of the house all the time.
The first time I felt out of control, or like in danger in a way, I remember the first time he called me a B word. I was super against that. Don't call me names, don't try to control me, don't hurt me physically or emotionally.
My dad was physically and emotionally abusive to all of us, and it seemed to be getting worse and worse. Every fight was worse than the one before. The abuse was getting worse. It would be more frequent physical abuse as opposed to just emotional or yelling, shouting, things like that.
All of a sudden, like once he started hitting me, it was like he didn't stop. I found out he had a dating profile, and he denied it. The first time I asked him about the dating site, he attacked me. He ran after me and threw me against the wall, and then grabbed me and threw me onto the bed and held my hair and pushed me against the wall. And on his way to attack me, he grabbed this big, thick screwdriver. And so I was up against the wall, and it was just to my head, just digging into my skull.
We had a dog that ran away. I remember my dad bringing the dog in after we had spent I don't know how many minutes running all over Kenwood, all the way down to Arrowhead, Howard Ganeson. We were all over. And it was this big moment where everything was building, emotions were building, and I could tell my dad was just not going to tolerate or would have no way to let out what was happening. When we did finally get the dog home, he took the dog in the basement and beat the dog until the dog couldn't move anymore. Sorry.
I'm like, I'm getting out of here, and I'm calling the cops. Like, I need help right now. This guy just threatened to kill me, and I think he's capable of it. So I parked at the St. Luke's Pavilion parking by the ER. I figured there's cameras there, there's some light there, not a lot of people, but enough people, so if something happened where he found me, there would be a witness. So I called 911, and they got someone out there. Took them like 10-15 minutes, and they asked me all the questions. They said, obviously, since we're not arresting him tonight, we don't want you back at that house. We don't think that's safe for you right now. Have you heard of Safe Haven?
And there was one fight where things were just really violent. I was only 7. I don't remember everything that happened. I have flashes of the memories, and I remember the cops showed up, and we went to Safe Haven, and we went to the shelter. And from there, I have a lot of memories of that week that we spent at the shelter.
Okay, picture yourself going on vacation, right? And you're going on a cruise. And you're all excited, and it's sunny and warm, and it feels good, right? You're going on vacation. And then slowly but surely the waters get rocky. You know what I mean? I think you get a little scared, but whatever. And then the ship crashes, and you're just flown off board. When I first left him, the only way I can explain it would be like coming up for air from the water, and like you look around and you have no idea where you are. And then I could see a lifeboat coming in, and that would be like where Safe Haven comes in. It felt really safe because it was like we had to get let in. And it was scary though, because I was used to being on edge all the time. So going to a place where I knew I didn't have to be like that was uncomfortable. But a good feeling at the same time. Does that make sense?
Safe Haven is so pivotal in our community because they're basically a beacon of light for victims that have nowhere else to go, that have no other resource when they've been subjected to domestic violence.
Safe Haven came in and helped at a time when things were at their height, honestly, and things had been so subdued after that.
I mean, I work at a treatment center. I'm supposed to be the one giving services, but here I am at a battered women's shelter, hiding from my abusive boyfriend.
it's difficult for people to put themselves in that position and really understand where the victim is when they've been assaulted. You know, we're there for a snapshot of time, and they've been dealing with this for, 6 months, 2 years, 10 years, 20 years. This is their reality, and this is something that we're stepping into just for a snapshot worth of time.
They just made me feel normal, I guess. Not like I was crazy. If I had wanted to talk about something that happened, they would let me and validate my feelings. I think it's important to the community because it's somewhere safe for women and children to go, and pets. There's lots of pets there too. And then they tell you exactly what you need to do if you're willing to put in the effort to do it.
Us being able to call Safe Haven in to work with victims right away is an invaluable resource to the police department and to the victims, so that we can best get them served with what their needs are, help them on the start of their healing process, help them on the start of the legal issues that are going to be going on with the criminal charges.
Safe Haven is a resource for parents, but also the children. When I was in the shelter, they didn't have to take me to the movies. They didn't have to give us all haircuts. They didn't have to, they really honestly didn't even have to hang out with us. But the staff that work at Safe Haven, they care and they give and they participate and they are present. I was at the shelter. This isn't something to tuck away in a drawer and put away. It's something to talk about and share with people. It's important.
It could be your sister.
Your best friend.
Your mother.
Your daughter.
It could be you.